Good morning. Don't know if you've been following this very closely, but we've been learning, as Ephesians 5:2 says, to live and love since September the 8th. Looking at it from a lot of different angles, and I've never seen it spelled out more clearly than in the opening paragraph of a book called The Awakened Heart by Gerald May. After he quotes William Blake as saying, we are put on earth a little space that we might learn to bear the beams of love. He spells it out like this. He says, there's a desire within each of us, in the deep center of ourselves that we call our heart. We were born with it, it's never been completely satisfied, and it never dies. We're often unaware of it, but it's always awake. It is the human desire for love. Every person on this earth yearns to love, to be loved, and to know love. Our true identity, our reason for being, is to be found in this desire. He says you can look and see this in a lot of different places, but the most important place to look is in your own life story, your own longings and aspirations. If you do, look at those with gentle and honest eyes, he says, you can discern in yourself this deep longingness for connectedness. He says it like this: you probably already know your longing very well. You felt it as hope for relationship, meaning, fulfillment, perhaps even a sense of identity. Think for a moment, he says, about what's prompted you to do what you've done in life. When you've tried to be successful in your studies or work, what have you been seeking really? When you've wanted to be pleasing, attractive, or helpful for others, what have you really been hoping for? Remember some moments in your life when you felt complete and fulfilled? What did you taste there? Recall also feeling very bad, alone, worthless. What were you missing? If you pause and look quietly inside, you might be able to sense something of your desire for love, even right now, in this very moment. He says sometimes it's wonderful to touch that deep longing. It can be expansive and joyful. At other times it can be painful, lonely, even a little frightening. But whether it feels good or bad, its power and depth are awesome. When this desire is too much to bear, sometimes we bury it or we try to escape it. But sometimes, in quiet wonder, we learn to just be with it. And I think that's what the Holy Spirit is teaching us to do. You know, in Ephesians, we looked at that prayer in which Paul prayed that the church might be given strengthened with power by the Spirit in their inner man, so that Christ might dwell in their hearts by faith, so that they, being rooted and grounded in His love, might be given power to grasp that love, to know that love which surpasses knowledge, and be filled up with all the fullness of God. And then He commanded them, or should I say focused them, by saying, be filled with the Spirit. You know, that's really being filled with the Spirit, is being filled with His love. And when you ask Him, you know, there's no middle ground. You're either filled with it or you grieve the Spirit. And so the question for your day today is, how am I going to respond to the Spirit this morning? How am I going to respond to God's love? How am I going to be filled with His love today? I hope to hear how the Holy Spirit was able to break through each aspect of your life today as you ask that question.